very warm welcome to all. Today, I, Reeya Khanna, a legal intern under LEXIS and Company, am here virtually to explain my topic protection of right to education during the COVID-19 era. An old Sanskrit adage states that is education which leads to liberation, liberation from ignorance, which shrouds the mind, liberation from superstition, which paralyzes effort, liberation from prejudices, which blind the vision of the truth. This particular Sanskrit adage was stated in the case of Unni Krishnan JP and others versus state of Andhra Pradesh and others. In this particular case, it was held that Malcolm X had rightly stated that education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. In the most landmark case of Mohini Jain versus state of Karnataka and others is among the first cases where the Supreme Court of India held that the right to education be a fundamental right, stating that right to education is concomitant to the fundamental rights enshrined under Part 3 of the Constitution of India. The state is under a constitutional mandate to provide educational institutions at all levels for the benefit of the citizens. From 1st April 2010, right to education was read into the Constitution of India as a fundamental right available to all children in the age group of 16 to 14 years. Article 21A of the Constitution of India requires each and every state to provide free and compulsory education to such children in a manner as the state by law may determine. Now, the directive principles, now talking about the directive principles, Article 45 of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years old. Article 51A, Clause K, casts a duty upon every citizen of India who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunities for education to his or her child or ward between the ages of 6 to 14 years. The Parliament too enacted the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act in 2009, also known as the RTE Act, to provide free and compulsory education to children between ages of 6 to 14 years old. The Act is a statutory recognition of education as a fundamental right and specifies minimum norms in the elementary school. Now, talking about the effect of COVID-19 era on the education of children. The COVID-19 pandemic has posed an enormous challenge to the education system. Across the world, schools have been shut, thereby posing a threat to learning and education of these children. In these trying and troubled times, it is imperative that all the participants in the education system, namely central, state, or the local authorities, the publishers, the technology, and the educational professionals, become the saviors and join hands to ensure adherence to right to education. The need for online system to reach students from EWS and those in remote and rural areas is urgent and immediate. The problem and the challenges are much greater for these children since they may not have internet connectivity, e-learning tools, etc. And for small age group children whose parents, if illiterate, are not able to support them for e-learning. There are challenges both for teachers. There are challenges both for the teachers as well as the students for internal assessments, online corrections, etc. However, whatever be the problem, once the collective effort is made with the strong will and determination, the education of children, which is the backbone for growth and development of any society, must continue. The COVID-19 challenge has made it imminent to not only create and maintain, but to also continuously update the online educational data. Efforts should be made to make the children aware and tech savvy, and e learning should be integrated into their daily learning routine. The pandemic is a reminder to all to continuously adapt to the changing requirements and to ensure that education and learning remains a continuous process and not merely a dead letter of law. Thank you so much.